Hey guys, it is, let's see, the 13th of January. Oh, I forgot to bring my notebook up here. And I needed to clear something up because the other day I said something really, really hypocritical. And yeah, I need to clear it up. I had to really think about it because, well, this was more than a few days ago. It was a couple weeks probably. Dark Matter 25 created a video called Putting the Christ Back in Christmas, and if you've ever seen his work, it's cartoon, it's animated, so it was amazing. By the way, if you haven't seen it yet, you should go watch it because it's awesome. And it's basically, it's about this little kid in line to sit on Santa's lap, and all of a sudden Santa decides, all of you little boys and girls have been bad this year. None of you have been good. None of you deserve presents. And then he takes the elf, whose name is, ironically, Christopher, and starts beating him up, and all the kids are crying like, Santa, stop! And then he crucifies the elf. And it's like, well, now all of you can have presents. Do you accept his sacrifice? And the kids are like, yes, but you didn't have to do that. And he's like, yes, I did. Now you can have presents. Anyway, it's excellent. It's really good. It makes amazing points. And anyway, so I commented saying, this is really good, but I think it should be age restricted. Because, I have a little sister and I wouldn't want her stumbling upon it thinking, oh, it's about Christmas. It's got a picture of Santa on the front and it's a cartoon. It looks like something made for kids. But I had so much backlash. I had so many people commenting back to me saying, oh, well, it's not any worse than what they're taught at church anyway. And I'm like, yeah, but still, little kids could stumble upon this. There's something on my lens. Okay, yeah, little kids could stumble on this, and it's not really a good thing. And I was shocked kind of by all the backlash about it, but whatever. So the next day, something happened that made me think about it. I wrote a song about the Connecticut Massacre, and for some reason my sister couldn't watch it, and I don't know why. I mean, she already heard the song, but whatever. So I was thinking about that. I'm like, you know what, I hate censorship. And then I realized, wait a second, that's the exact same thing I was suggesting yesterday. I hate censorship, but I was suggesting it. And I realized, I mean, this is part of me, this is part of my brain. I hate words like faggot and nigger and stuff like that, and somebody should slap me just for saying it. I mean, I've always hated those words, always, derogatory terms, and, I'm part of me feels like words like that promote, or that provoke violence, that provoke, violent behavior should be banned. You can't say fire, you can't scream fire in the middle of a crowded building because it can cause a riot and cause injuries. It can hurt people. So shouldn't the same thing apply to derogatory terms like that cause violence? And then I thought, no, because those are two completely different scenarios. If you scream fire in the middle of a crowded room, people are going to panic, but that's because they're fearing for their own lives. If someone uses the word faggot, for example, which is, if you don't know, a derogatory term to insult a gay person, typically a male, it can provoke violence, like people beating each other up. And it's not, something like that is not because they fear for their lives. I mean, sure, if some really homophobic person comes up to a guy and calls him a fag and then proceeds to hit him, sure, he has every reason to beat him up for that, you know, like, you can't, don't touch me, you know, because, I mean, I was always raised, never hit anyone, never start a fight, but if someone hits you, you have full rights to kick their ass, but, so, I mean, if somebody hits you, you have every right to defend yourself, basically, but if someone is just using the word and provoking an argument, and then somebody loses control and starts hitting someone, you don't ban the idiot from saying stupid things. You put the idiot who started the fight in jail. You know what I mean? Assault charges on him. So, it's like rape. You shouldn't ban certain outfits. You shouldn't ban women from dressing provocatively just because men might rape them. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So it's the same concept. Words shouldn't be banned. And anyway, so censorship in that sense I don't like. Even though part of me kind of, I mean, I wish I would never have to hear those words again because I don't like them. Because they cause so much damage and so much hurt. But you can't limit everything. You can't ban everything because it could offend someone, you know? Because ultimately it's up to the other person. So if someone calls me a bitch, I mean, it's not up to me to beat them up because I don't like the word bitch. It's up to me to just be like, you know what? Do I really care what that person thinks? No, I don't. So, yeah. But anyway, getting back to the video thing, I've thought about it, and I'm like, you know, if some 6-year-old, 7, 8, 9-year-old is on a computer and is on YouTube, and he's not being supervised, and he has ultra-conservative Christian parents, and he happens to find the video and starts watching it, maybe it'll cause him to have some questions for mom and dad. I don't see why that would be a bad thing. That'd be a very good thing. And if mom and dad have a problem with it, you know what, mom and dad? You shouldn't be flagging the video for inappropriate content because you're the one that let your kid free on YouTube. You should be monitoring your kids. If you don't, it's like, it's up to the parents. It's not up to the law, I guess, you know, to restrict that. So, if the parents are like, okay, well, I don't want my child to see this, well, don't let them see it. You're in control. You are the parent. So, yeah. While I don't think parents should do that, it is up to them. It shouldn't be age restricted for all of YouTube, for the internet, you know, for everyone. It shouldn't be age restricted just because a kid's parents might not be monitoring them. That's their fault. And if it scars the kid for life, well, good, because they need to be, you know, they need to be scarred for life if they have to. I mean, kids need to be kept away from religion. And if something like that helps them get away from it, it's a good thing. So anyway, I'd like to apologize to Dark Matter 25 for saying what I said about it being age restricted. I don't think that anymore. Like I said, I understand why I said it, but I don't think it was right. Yeah. This is my two sides of my brain coming into play here. It's not fun to, you know, I always have these dilemmas, these debates with myself. Do I think this is right? Do I think this is wrong? So anyway, yeah, the censorship thing, definitely wrong. Always hated it. Like, there was a movie, it's called Waitress. It's got Kerry Russell in it and Nathan Fillion, I think his name is. He is a gynecologist, and she just discovered that she's pregnant by her husband, who happens to be abusive, mentally, physically, whatever, and she hardly ever has sex with him, but she did one night because she got drunk, and so anyway, she's pregnant. She goes to the doctor's office. She's got this new gynecologist, and long story short, they begin an affair. And it's a really good movie. I love it. It's one of my favorite movies. And I was telling my mom about it, and she's like, why are you watching something like that? You shouldn't be watching something about affairs. That's not appropriate. I'm like, I've already seen it, and she wouldn't let me watch it again. I'm like, I've already seen it. Watching this movie is not going to make me go out and cheat on my boyfriend or whatever. I mean, I don't even know if I had a boyfriend at the time, but I mean, watching something like that's not going to make me go out and cheat on someone. I still know right from wrong. I still know my own moral code. I have, you know, I mean, I think I'm more strict on myself with morals than my parents ever have been. So I just found it odd that she wouldn't want me to watch that. But I don't know. There comes in the censorship. And I always, like, movies about rape and stuff like that, they wouldn't want me to watch. But they're good for kids to watch. Maybe not little kids, but I mean, anyway, this video is carrying on way too long. I didn't obviously have a very good plan for this one, but I just had to apologize and retract my statement about it being age restricted because it was really good and I don't like censorship. So I had to reaffirm my stance on that. And if you haven't seen it yet, definitely go. I think I'll put it in the description. That way you can click on it easier, find it easier. It's really good. So, bye. So I said I was going to show you Downieville, so I'm going through the town. There's the river. There's all the snow. We're coming up on a building that was built a very long time ago. I'll tell you in a minute how long ago. I think it's written on the side of the building. Oh no, it's not. The side of the building is dedicated to Juanita Josefa, whatever. She was hung from the Jersey Bridge July 5th, 1851. For the murder of Augustus Cannon. Cannon and his friends were celebrating Independence Day, and after closing most of the saloons, they passed Jose and Josefa's cabin. He broke the door down. However, history did not tell what happened. The next morning, he came back, supposedly to apologize. An argument ensued, and Josefa stabbed Cannon fatally in the heart. Most people say that she was raped, and that she was afraid when he came to apologize and tried to hug her and everything, and she freaked out and stabbed him, which I can't say I blame her, if that is what really happened. This is a bar. Oh yeah, this building, originally a log building constructed in 1850 by John Craycroft and Company. Yep. It was destroyed by fire on February 19th, 1852, immediately replaced by the present brick and stone structure. There's the post office, there's the hardware store, there's the Mountain Messenger and the beauty salon. Here's a little store. They sell knickknacks and clothes and stuff. There's a restaurant called the Grub Steak. There's a Wells Fargo down there and a museum. Should I show you the school? Yeah, I'll show you the school. Not really wanting to walk that far, but I'll show you the school. I'm walking faster now. Don't know if I want to walk uphill. Up mountain, I should say. There's the community hall. Like I said, Wells Fargo. My bank. That's my bank. Oh, it's cold. It's freezing. It's like 14 degrees right now. And that's the school up there on the hill. That's the high school and middle school, and this is the elementary school and gymnasium. I'm not walking all the way up there. That's the museum. walk into the, there's a bridge. There's a bridge that's like, it's further down the river. Gets to the other side of the river. That you can't get to because of the fork. So, like, where my grandparents' house and inn is, you can't get to the courthouse and stuff. You have to get across. You have to cross this red bridge, the one I just walked across, where you saw the river, and then you have to go across the other green bridge because of the fact that there's two rivers. So, and they came together to make one river. Okay, that's the theater right there. That's the grocery store over there. Grocery store is pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. I don't know how they get away calling it a grocery store anyway. It's like the gas station has more food than that. That's a store, or it was a store. The little big thing with the pink door used to sell gold. Let's see, grocery. They ripped out a 150-year-old wooden floor and replaced it with linoleum and on top of concrete. Pissed me off. But everybody else in the town too. The mountains, it's so pretty. That's the cafe. Used to be a pizzeria. It used to be a lot of things. Next to it used to be a ice cream place. That's the gas station. It's tiny as hell and has way more food than the grocery store does, which is twice its size. It's kind of crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. Oh my god, it's cold. Oh my god, it's freezing cold. There's the green bridge. I wanted to come here so I could take some pictures of it. The sheriff was looking at me weird. Okie dokie then. See, there's a fork in the two rivers. See what I'm talking about now? See? You can't get from over there to there unless you go across that bridge and come all the way down and come across this bridge. But yeah, I'm gonna take some pictures now. Reconvene with you guys later.